In a previous show, we told you about the new wood-fired kiln at Silver River Museum. Recently, art students from Westport High School had an opportunity to get some hands-on experience with the new addition.
So I think it's cool. It does take us back to when pottery was first a thing, how they used to do it. They didn't have big fancy brick wood fire kilns like this, but they did use wood and have to fire it for long periods of time, usually in pits in the ground. They did a lot of pits in the ground and would put fire in a different pit and have a channel of heat down into there. So it's not exactly how it used to be, but it takes us to where pottery would have come from originally.
So what we're doing is we're stoking the kiln with wood. This is all seasoned dry wood now.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So we have a timer which tells us how long in between each stoke.
And this is a very unique opportunity in and of itself, the wood firing kiln. I've been a potter for 15 years and have never fired anything in a wood fired kiln. So it's a real unique opportunity to be able to actually fire your pieces in the kiln. And then obviously to be involved in the process as well, so you learn how to do it. The experience is very valuable.
It has a sense of energy all by itself, you know, the kiln. It's very lively, a lot of fire flowing. Sometimes you get fire out of the chimney, like last time when we usually get right to temperature.
Mr. Smith has given us a lot of opportunities. He heard about this, I think 2 years ago when it was being planned, and he talked about from the very beginning coming and showing us how to do this. He's been amazing with pushing us to think about this as a career and show us ways that it can be profitable, because you always hear growing up that, you know, don't be an artist, do something that makes money, and he talks to us about how to do it, going into it to, you know, mass produce or make money on the side, or I think the thing that he once told us that rang most was you either make money to pay for your ceramic obsession, or you do ceramics to pay for some other obsession. It's what I want to do growing up. I'm going to college to do ceramics and biology, but I don't know, I love it. I love being here.
Peer teaching is not a new concept. It has been around since the days of Aristotle. For Marion County Public Schools students, it is definitely a win-win. It not only reinforces the knowledge base and skills of the student doing the teaching, it broadens the understanding and skill set of the student being instructed.
Well, when I was in 8th grade, I remember Forest came to my school and they did exactly what we're doing here today, coming and teaching students about video production at Forest. Mr. Guest's class is a 4-year class, and well, it all came to be, he sent out paperwork and asked how many of you guys would be interested in teaching people about your passion for video production, and I remember being taught about it, so I was like, yeah, I'm all for that. So I immediately turned in the slip, and here I am. So yeah. In our club at Forest, we reach out to different schools to make sure they're getting what video production actually is and they're learning, so when they get to Forest, they know what they're doing. And today we had 3 different packages that we're working on, and today my group is bioelectric. So the first group that I'm working with, we're doing a whole news package on a band, and this was a really good package because it shows them, even though there's bland objects, you can find different ways to shoot them, different shots, how to use good lighting, audio, how to make your audio better, and stuff like that. It was really good. I see me when I was in 9th grade. I remember waiting around for other people to let me use equipment. I always wanted people to be like, hey, do you want to take a shot? So me today, I'm waiting until they get the shots and then taking the camera. So I'm really hoping that even though they're acting a little shy, I know them, they were me. You're shy, you don't want to say anything, but I know you want to get a hold of the camera and actually take some shots. So I'm glad they're getting to do that today.
The Duke Energy Foundation helped support 3 STEM labs through the Marion County Education Foundation this year, and I wanted to see the STEM lab in action and see how the students were engaging and how the teachers were teaching.
Can you tell me, what are these parts that grew through here?
Roots. The roots.
Those are the roots. And what did we say that these are here? What do they represent? Soil? The soil, right?
We want to see the minds engaging. You know, we want to see that the kids are truly interacting with all the things that have to do with science, technology, engineering, and math, that STEM product. And so when I can come here, it brings, it takes that check to a real place, and to see them raising their hands and the light bulbs going off in their mind, and that, you know, today we got to see them dissecting owl pellets and talking with them and them really understanding what is an owl pellet, where did it come from, how does it get formulated, then what could be in that owl pellet.
There is no soil in here, there is balls of something.
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer. What is fertilizer?
Part of that STEM lab package includes a hydroponic garden. It includes building blocks, a variety of things based on the ages of the students and what they're learning in their classrooms. And in the hydroponic sense, you know, today we got to see it in 2 different levels, and I think it was a 1st and 2nd grade maybe, and then maybe at a later age group. And you know, they were learning different things relative to those plants. You know, what are basic needs for plants, and then how does that relate to an actual plant? They're growing plants outside the classroom, and they're also growing plants inside the classroom, so that they could see the differences of how plants engage with nature.
They never ever see any sunlight. It's kind of weird to think about that, isn't it?
It's just really exciting. That is, it helps me that next year, if the Marion County school system wants to continue with the STEM lab program and add it to some additional schools, it helps me in supporting their mission when I talk with my leadership and show the value of what their dollars are doing in our backyard in Marion County.
Hello. I'm Kayla. April. Nice to meet you. I'm Willette.
I can tell you that one of the main themes of Pathways to Prosperity is you become what you think about most of the time. And we do talk about the fact that the reason this program lasts the majority of your junior year is we want you thinking about your future. What are you going to do for your future? Because high school time is almost over. You know, what are you going to do once you graduate? And so this gets them thinking about all of those things. The different industries that are out there, who's in the community, what are you doing, you know, to line up your future. Anytime you get practice at something, you're going to get better. And so this is a time when we invite 4, 5, 6 volunteers from the community that are in HR department, or they own their own businesses or are involved in some way in the community, and they come in and they interview these students. It's a basic first interview, but there are a lot of times that the students will come out and say, she told me that, you know, if I wanted an internship this summer, I had one, you know, or they'll come out and tell me that student really impressed me, I'd like to see them again. You know, so a lot of times it is a great experience for them. They're making those connections in the community that can lead to internships, to shadowing experiences, to their first job. So it is really great for both sides. They're getting that practice of interview skills, but it's also making those connections for future possibilities. And that's what's great about having other people from the community come out and talk about those things is, you know, they hear it from their teachers, they hear it from us, but then when they are actually putting into practice and they're seeing somebody from the community coming in and saying, I do interviews every day, this is what I look for. You know, so they're getting to see that firsthand, you know, what's important in an interview and what's gonna get you that job, and they're hearing it from the people that would be hiring them in the future. When I started working at the College of Central Florida, I would go in and speak to high schools about their future and about, you know, getting college credits through their education and so forth. And one day I was sitting at the dinner table with my husband, and I said, I wish I could just pick these kids up and take them around and see the different jobs and things that I have learned about in Marion County that I didn't know of before moving here, and just put them in a bus and go and show them all of these things. And he kind of said, well, go do it. And I said, okay, well, I got to find the money first. So that's where it started, was just with the idea of I would go into these high schools and speak to kids for 30 minutes and tell them my experience as a manager and try to give them advice, and that's what I got. 30 minutes time frame and hope I made a difference. So the first 2 years that we did this program, it was just at a single high school. Then we moved on to 3 high schools. Then we did 5. This is actually the first year that we have it in every single high school in Marion County. So it's very exciting. There are a lot of people that are involved in that. We have grant funds from the Public Education Foundation that has been tremendous in keeping this program going. But this is exciting in that it really spans an entire school year and hopefully really is teaching them in more depth.
Learning and good nutrition do not end when school lets out. With this in mind, Marion County Public Schools would like to remind the community it offers nutritious meals so students are fueled to learn and grow in its summer meal program. The Summer Food Service Program provides free, nutritionally balanced meals to any student who wants to eat. Last year in Marion County, the program served over 116,000 meals, 35,000 breakfasts, 67,000 lunches, 13,000 afternoon snacks, and almost 600 supper meals. This year, from June 4th to July 27th, 51 locations will provide meals on various schedules from 26 central school kitchens and 25 satellite locations throughout Marion County. No application or income information is necessary to qualify. Children simply show up to eat. Children 18 years and younger are eligible for meals without charge. Serving times vary by location. For more information, please contact the Food Service Office at 352-671-4190. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the last week of May and the first week of June, Marion Technical College's barbering program is offering free haircuts to any elementary school student with one stipulation. The elementary student must read a book to the barber while receiving their haircut. This is the first Cuts for Kids program where elementary school children can receive a free haircut simply by reading a book to their barber. Haircuts will take place at MTI on Fort King Street, not MTC on State Road 200, and are by appointment only. Call 352-867-2150 after 5 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to book your appointment.